Hello student, welcome in Biology Booster. This is me, Ravi sir. This lecture is for class 9th, that is chapter number 1, cell as a basic unit of life. Now this one is the second part. First part that is all that I will already uploaded, that is already uploaded. Okay. Now the topics that we are covered in this, the first topic is cell wall, next is plasma membrane or cell membrane. Next one is cytoplasm, vacuole, ribosome, commonly called as protein factory of the cell, mitochondria, commonly called as powerhouse of the cell, plastid. Inside that plastid, we will discuss detail about chloroplast. Okay, so in that chloroplast is called as kitchen house of the cell. Okay, Golgi complex, Golgi apparatus. Okay, in plant cell it is called as dictyosome. Okay, so it is a postman of the cell. Nucleus, that is brain, controller or center of the cell. Chromosome, it carry the genetic material. Centrosome, it is only present in the animal cell, help in cell division for the formation of spindle fiber. Endoplasmic reticulum, that is transport of the cell. Lysosome, that is suicidal bag of the cell. Now here is the first topic, that is cell wall. First I will tell you, after that one by one the points will come. Cell wall is present only in the plant cell, not in the animal cell. Okay, it is rigid structure, non-living structure. It is freely permeable. It allows all the substances to come inside the cell. It is made up of cellulose. Okay, some points are there, you see that. Non-living and rigid structure, made up of cellulose. Okay, freely permeable. Okay, in between the two cell wall, in between the layer of two cell wall, okay, a single layer is present, that is called as middle lamella. Okay, see that structure. Okay, this structure shows that a simple pit. It is not a pore, it is a semi-permeable membrane. It allow only those substances which will be enter inside the cell, that cells will allow. Okay, now come to the function of cell wall. First I will told you that it maintain the shape size structure of the cell. Okay, shape size structure of the cell. It is hard to bear the stretches or strain of the cells. Okay, now come to the plasma membrane or cell membrane. The the layer which are present around the cells, all the layer which are present around the cells, okay, that is including the plant cell or animal cell. The first layer is called as plasma membrane or the cell membrane. In animal cell it is only the layer, because cell wall is absent in the animal cell. Okay, plasma membrane is made up of lipoprotein, that is lipid plus protein. Okay, it help to separate the cell with the environment. Next one is, okay, it is behave like a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, so only those substances will be enter inside the cell which cells are allowed. Okay, semi-permeable membrane or selective permeable membrane. Gases like carbon dioxide, oxygen will be easily transferred from cell to the outside by the process of diffusion. Diffusion is the process in which any substance will be transferred from higher concentration to the lower concentration, but not in the case of water. That water will be also move from higher concentration to the lower concentration, but semi-permeable membrane, that process is called as osmosis. Now plasma membrane, that I already told you, plasma membrane is made up of lipoprotein, that is lipid plus protein. Okay, the models that is given by the plasma membrane, that is acceptable model, called as fluid mosaic model or also called as lipid bilayer model. This model was given by the two scientists, that is Singer and Nicholson. In that there is a two layer of lipid. In that there is a two layer of lipid. In between the two lipid, some proteins molecules are present. Some protein are present outside, that is called extrinsic protein, and some are present in between that two lipids, called as intrinsic protein. Now you can see that. First you see the diagram. This one is the diagram. You see that first one is phospholipid. Phospholipid means lipid. There are two layers is that. Okay, next is peripheral protein or extrinsic protein. That protein is present outside, it is called as extrinsic protein or peripheral protein. Next one is integral protein or intrinsic protein. There are two types. okay, because it present in between the lipid, so they are called as intrinsic or integral protein. There are two types, that is, first is channel protein. Through this protein all the substance will be easily enter inside the cell, and this one is the carrier protein. It helps to allow only those substance which cell is required. Next one is glycoprotein. There are the lipid chain which help in the formation of protein channels. Oh, now for one thing that you will notice that in the lipid structure have one rounded structure and two tail is there. The upper one is called as hydrophilic, that is head, okay, and next one is called as hydrophobic, that is tail are of two and head is one, okay. Now come to the cytoplasm is the cyto means cell, study of cell is called as cytology, and plasm means liquid, and in the liquid which are present inside the cell is called as cytoplasm. That liquid give nutrition to all the components of cell which are present inside it, okay. That's like carbohydrate, all the nutrients are present inside that one, that is cytoplasm, that is carbohydrate, fat, vitamin, mineral, etc. all the components are present. Cytoplasm is the liquid which are present in between the plasma membrane and the nuclear membrane. Now here it is, you see that vitamin, and this is the cytoplasm, okay. Now come to the vacuole. Now first question that I will told you, after this vacuole topic I will explain that question, why nucleus is not present in the center in plant cell, okay. First thing, vacuole is larger in the plant cell but is smaller in the animal cell or absent in the animal cell, okay. Vacuole are basically two types, that is food vacuole, absorb food, and contractile vacuole, exit of excess of water, okay. The liquid which are present inside the vacuole, that is called as cell sap, and the layer is called as tonoplast, okay. Now you see, it is a non-living component of the cell. No, it is not a living, that is fluid. Two types, that is food vacuole, help to storage of food, and the contractile vacuole help in elimination of excess of water of the cell, tonoplast, okay. This one is the diagram of vacuole. Now come to the ribosome. First I told you about this. Ribosome was discovered by a scientist, that is Plastids. Ribosome is commonly called as protein factory of the cell because it synthesizes protein. One question that I will told you about that vacuole is larger in plant cell, so the nucleus which are present in the plant cell is periphery, not in center, because due to the presence of larger vacuole. But in animal cell it was present in center because vacuole is absent or less in content, okay. Come to the ribosome. It is discovered by Plastids. It is a non-membranous structure, okay. Protein synthesis, help in protein synthesis. It is present in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell, but prokaryotic cell ribosome are 70s type, and also in mitochondria and chloroplast it is of 70s type, okay. It is commonly called as protein factory of the cell, basically two types, that is 70s and 80s. Here S is the Seedberg's unit or Seedberg constant, okay, like millicentidecimeter. S is also a unit. Now you see the 70s type, 70s or 80s type, both are made up of two units, two subunit. Number one is larger subunit and number two is smaller subunit. Now you see the 70s type, it is consist of two subunit, that is 50s and 30s. 50s is the larger subunit and 30s is the smaller subunit, okay. So you see that 50 plus 30 it combined with to form 80, but in here the 10s will be wastage as a waste form, okay, remove at a waste form. It is present in prokaryotic cell only, okay, and also in the mitochondria and chloroplast, be reminded, okay. This is the smaller unit, that is 30s combined with the larger unit to form 70s ribosome, okay. Come to the 80s. 80s made up of two subunit, that larger unit is 60s and smaller unit is 40s. Here 20s will be removed as a waste form. It present in the eukaryotic cell, okay, like you see the 60s, that is larger subunit, this combined with the smaller subunit, that is 40s to form 80s, okay. Now come to the mitochondria, okay. This one is most important structure. Mitochondria are basically present in both plant and animal cell. It gives cell to energy in the form of ATP, so it is called as powerhouse of the cell. One question that I will given you before starting this topic, that is mitochondria present in RBC? Just think after this topic I will go to explain it. Now, term mitochondria is derived from the two Greek words, that is first is mitos and next one is chondria. Okay, mitos that is thread and chondria that is granules. Okay, mitochondria is double membranous structure which are present in the cytoplasm. Okay, it help in the formation of ATP which is as energy, so it is called as powerhouse of the cell. Okay, the first it was discovered by Altman, but Altman give the term bioblast for the mitochondria. Mitochondria term given by C. Benda, another scientist, that is okay, powerhouse of the cell. Now I'm coming to the structure of mitochondria. That mitochondria is a double membranous structure. Outer is called outer membrane, inner is called inner membrane. The space in between two is called as inner membranous space. The inner membrane is folded to form a finger-like structure called cristae. On the surface of cristae there are so many rackets or mushroom-like structure are present, is called oxysome or F0F1 particle. Okay, the liquid which are present inside it called matrix. Okay, inside the mitochondria ribosome, that is 70S, and DNA is present, so they are semi or self autonomous organelles. Okay, now see that its range is 0.5 to 1.0 micrometer in diameter. You see that matrix, two membranous space, inner membranous space, F0F1 particle. Oxysome is the place where semi-autonomous organelle. Now see the structure. This one is granules. Granules means droplet-like structure. Ribosome, that is 70S type. Cristae, inner membranous space, matrix. Oxysome, F0F1 particle, inner membrane, outer membrane, and this one is the DNA. Okay, when we saw one oxysome structure, you see that this is the one oxysome. Okay, here ADP, yani adenosine diphosphate, di means two phosphate, combined with one more phosphate to form ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so one question that I will given you previous, that is mitochondria present in our RBC? That is no, because our RBC help to transfer oxygen in our bodies. One more thing. Okay, this one is the next thing. Mitochondria also want oxygen, okay, to the formation of ATP, that is energy. So you think that if mitochondria is present in the RBC, then all the oxygen it will be consumed, so oxygen will be not transported in our body. Okay, next topic, that is plastid. Plastid is most important. It is only present in the plant cell but not in the animal cell. Okay, it is double membranous structure present in the plant and algae, responsible for manufacturing and storage of food. It is also help in photosynthesis. Some of the plastid help in photosynthesis, okay, manufacturing the food, and some are help for the coloring of different part of the plant. Chloroplast, chromoplast, genotoplast, leucoplast. Okay, now first, that is chloroplast. First you see the diagram. Chloroplast is responsible for the green color of the plant. It help in the process of photosynthesis because inside that green pigment is present, that is chlorophyll. Okay, chromoplast is responsible for the colorful pigment except green. Okay, so you see that a flower color, fruit color, okay, or any color, you see it is responsible for the chromoplast. This is the diagram. Okay, next one, you see that aging of leaf and fruit. Okay, chloroplast is converted into chromoplast, like you see that tomato or papaya. First it will be green, so chloroplast is present. Later it converted into different colors, so chromoplast is present. So you can say that chloroplast is easily converted into the chromoplast. Chloroplast is responsible for different color of leaf and it is different color is attracting the pollinator. You all know that pollination are basically useful for all the plants. Okay, maximum pollination take place with the help of insects. So different color is responsible to attracting the insect for maximum pollination. Okay, now come to the genetoplast. Genetoplast is only responsible for the aging process, any age of the plant. Okay, just you see that in autumn month all the leaves will set off, is a process of it. The leucoplast Leucoplast is only help in the storage of food like starch, fat, lipid, or this type. Also protein. It is a it is not responsible for color. It only they help in the form storage of food. Okay. It is of two types. Three types. First one is amyloplast. Amyloplast is the greatly. This one is the structure. Amyloplast is the greatest among all three. In all three, okay, it is responsible for the storing of starch. Number second is proteinoplast. This one is the structure. It is responsible for the storage of protein. Elioplast. This one is the structure responsible for storage of fat and lipids. Okay, or oil. Clear? Now this one is the structure. You can easily learn from this. In that you see the different type of plastid is that their diagram and their works. Now come to the detail about the chloroplast, because this is in your syllabus. Okay, you see that chloroplast, first I told you very clearly that in chloroplast photosynthesis take place, and it is double membranous structure only present in the plant cell. Okay, the liquid which are present inside it is called a stroma. Okay, some coin like structure are present in that is called thylakoid. Group of thylakoid is called as granum. Two granum are combined together with the help of stromal lamella. Okay, inside the thylakoid the green pigment is present, that is chlorophyll, where it absorbs sunlight to convert into the chemical energy. It means solar energy is converted into chemical energy, and also photolysis of water and release oxygen. You see that it is present in green plants and algae, located in the leaf. Okay, chlorophyll not present in the animal cell. DNA, it is also a self or semi-autonomous organ because it contains their own DNA and ribosome. Ribosome is of 70s type, not 80s type. Okay, it is commonly called as kitchen house of the cell. This is the most important points. Now see the diagram of chloroplast. This one is inner membrane, second one is inner membranous space, third one is outer membrane, and fourth is stroma, the liquid which are present inside that. Inside the stroma, dark reaction will take place. Dark reaction is also called as Calvin cycle. During this reaction, carbon dioxide combine with hydrogen ion to form C6H12O6, that is glucose. That glucose is later stored in the form of starch. Okay, see that thylakoid. Thylakoid is the coin-like structure. In that thylakoid and thylakoid are combined together to form granum. In that thylakoid, okay, light reaction take place in which photolysis or hydrolysis of water take place. Okay, through this oxygen will be released. Now structure of chloroplast that I already told you first, but you see it again. Chloroplast is known as stroma. You see that granum is the upper disc, consists of chlorophyll pigment, and they are functional unit of chloroplast. Homogeneous mixture. Stroma is an homogeneous mixture. Okay, inside the stroma there are so many nutrients are present, like cytoplasm. Okay, which give stroma give nutrient to all the component of the chloroplast. Okay, now function of chloroplast that I already told you, help in the synthesis of food, that in process of photosynthesis, absorb light energy, convert into chemical energy. Chlorophyll function trapping solar energy used to synthesize food. It produce NADPH. NADPH, nicotine amide dinucleotide phosphate. Once again I will repeat, nicotine amide dinucleotide phosphate, and molecule oxygen. Oxygen will be released from photolysis of water. Photolysis, photo means sunlight, lysis means breakdown, and kiska breakdown, that is water's breakdown. Okay, ATP, produce ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate in the process of photosynthesis. That last point I already told you. Calvin cycle at the dark reaction will take place. Now Golgi complex. Golgi complex, first I told you about this. Golgi complex is help in it is commonly called as postman of the cell, because it help to transfer the message which are come from the nucleus through the endoplasmic reticulum to the different cell organelles. Okay, it was discovered by a scientist, that is Camillo Golgi. It is also called as Golgi apparatus. Dictyosome in plant cell. Okay, you see that it is also help for the formation of lysosome, vacuole of the cell. Okay, function, you see that synthesis of cell wall, plasma membrane, lysosome, vacuole. It produce vacuole also. Okay, it help in the cell this one is the most important point. This help in the cell division by the formation of cell plate, because it help to cut the cell into the two parts by the formation of cell plate. Okay, diagram, you see this one is the diagram. Nucleus is the most important one in this, okay, because nucleus we nucleus is called brain, controller or center of the cell. Nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. Okay, you see that all the activities which are take place inside the cell is with the help of nucleus. Nucleus double membrane structure because it covered with the double membrane. Okay, inside that genetic material, that is chromosome, is present. Later I will tell you about that. Controller of the cell, structure of nucleus, mostly prominent. Okay, nucleus is completely bound by the membranes. Okay, surrounded by a structure called a nuclear envelope or nuclear membrane. Okay, the nuclear membrane separate the nucleus from the other cell components. It means cytoplasm. The liquid which, now first you see that the liquid which are present inside the nucleus is called nucleoplasm. Okay, see that structure. That thread like structure is called chromosome. Inside that there is a nuclear membrane, that is nuclear, also called as nuclear envelope. It help only those substances to enter inside the nucleus which nucleus required, that is nucleolus, which help in the formation of DNA, RNA and protein, a special protein, that is histone protein. Okay, this is nucleopore. It is a pore which are present in between the cell membrane. Next one, the liquid which are present inside it, that is nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleoplasm there are so many components, so many nutritions are present which are required for the nucleus of. Okay, now next point is very important that I will show you, be in your mind, that is true nucleus. True nucleus, in true nucleus, nucleolus combined with nucleoplasm and nuclear membrane and chromosomes are present. True nucleus are those in which nucleolus, nucleoplasm, nuclear membrane and chromosome are present. I told you in the previous that is part 1 lecture, that is eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell I will told you that nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope is absent, so they are called, their nucleus is called nucleoid or incipient nucleus. So if one thing is absent in that four, it is not called as true nucleus, it is called as false nucleus or incipient nucleus. Okay, now come to the functions. Functions are very important. Control heredity, metabolic activity of the enzyme responsible for the protein synthesis. I already told you that nucleolus which are present inside it, okay, help in the formation of ribosome also. Ribosome is the protein nucleus. Okay, it is also regulate the inertia of gene expression. Now chromosome, the chromosome is a thread like structure which are present inside the nucleus. Okay, it helps to transfer the genetic material from one generation, it means parental generation, to the offspring, any baby. Okay, chromosome is a, when we saw one chromosome, we will see that two arms are there, that is called as chromatid. It is present and in the it is combined in the center, that is centrosome. So sorry, centromere. Okay, now you see that structure, thread like structure. Chromosome are made up of DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, RNA, ribonucleic acid and histone protein. Histone protein basically 5 types, that is H1, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Okay, it helps to transfer the genetic material from one generation in parental to the other generation, that is offspring. Okay, the dotted like structure which are present on the surface of chromosome is called a gene. Gene is responsible for the character. One gene is equal to one character. Suppose that if you have any genetic character, then that character is responsible for the one gene. Okay, now you said that this one is the structure of chromosome, that one is the chromosome, that is centromere. In centromere is the place where two chromosomes will be bind together. Okay, this is chromatid or chromatid arm. Now centrosome, centrosome is only present in the plant cell, not in the, sorry, only present in the animal cell, not in the plant cell. It helps in cell division by the formation of spindle fiber. Okay, it is present near the nucleus. It help in the formation of basal body where cilia and flagella arise. Cilia are the hair-like structure which are present around the surface of paramecium, and flagella is a long thread-like structure which are present at top of the euglena or at the bottom of sperm, human sperm. This is the structure of centrosome. Okay, endoplasmic reticulum are always attached to the nucleus. It's commonly called as transporter of the cell because it receive the message from the nucleus and transfer to the other component of the cells. Okay, now you see that it is visible under electron microscope. Okay, types, that is two types, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, rough endoplasmic reticulum because on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum ribosomes are present. Okay, you see that. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum because ribosomes are absent. Now come to the function. First thing that I told you that endoplasmic reticulum are help in the formation of lipid and protein, because rough endoplasmic reticulum help in the formation of protein and smooth endoplasmic reticulum help in the formation of lipid. So you all know that plasma membrane is made up of lipoprotein. So endoplasmic reticulum help in the formation of plasma membrane. Okay, so this process is called as cell membrane biogenesis. Now it is supporting framework, provide intercellular transport system, help in manufacture of fat molecules or lipid. Okay, cell membrane biogenesis, this one is important. Membrane biogenesis, detoxify, if some cells are toxic, it help in the detoxifying from the drugs. Okay, lysosome that I already told you, that is commonly called a suicidal bag of the cell. It is single membranous structure. Okay, inside the lysosome 40 different types of enzyme are present. They are commonly called hydrolase or hydrolytic enzymes. Okay, you see that single membranous structure present only in the animal cell, not in the plant cell. Okay, it help okay, if any cell will infected or any problem is there in any cell, so lysosome will be burst itself and digest so it protect other cells from that. So it is called a suicidal bag of the cell. Okay, some questions related to these lectures. Okay, these are some question. Number one question, name two cell organelles that have their own genetic material. Name the cell organelles which is able to destroy or damage cell. Which cell organelles are called powerhouse of the cell, suicidal bag of the cell? Which organelles is called factory of ribosome? Next, why is nucleus called controller or brain of the cell? What is the function of cellulose in the plant cell? What are genes, where are they located? And the last one is there any animal cell that lacks lysosome? So these are some questions. Okay, this is the end part of second part. Thank you.